Man, Robbie, welcome along to MLR Daily. You know what, first of all, I'm going to start with a game that I was at yesterday. Arsenal losing to West Brom. West Brom 3, Arsenal 1. An absolute disaster for Arsenal. The defending on the day by Arsenal was amongst the worst you'll see in the Premier League this season, especially when you know you're up against a very physical team and a team that is brilliant at set pieces by West Brom. And West Brom took complete advantage of it. They've been very strong at home, very well organised under Tony Pulis, and a well-deserved win for them. But what now for Arsene Wenger? I mean, he was questioning about his future after the game, and he said, listen, I know what my future is, and everyone will know soon. It really does seem a mess at Arsenal at the moment. There were planes flying over, one plane flying over saying Wenger in, another plane flying over saying that Wenger should go. Alexis Sanchez got injured, Petr Cech got injured. I mean, it was just total chaos yesterday for Arsenal Football Club. They've lost the last 4 out of 5 Premier League games, which is unprecedented during Arsene Wenger's reign. And we're going to have to watch closely over the next couple of weeks to see what happens with Arsene Wenger's future, because he's under enormous pressure from the fans. I was at the game yesterday. You can see over on Arsenal Fan TV, fans were very, very unhappy. And what now for Arsene Wenger? We're going to have to wait and see what happens with that. On the other hand, though, Chelsea, in complete contrast, keep marching on to the title. I mean, surely the title's almost in the bag for them. I'd say if they keep going like this over the next month or so, there's nobody going to be able to catch them. And, you know, yesterday's performance, another excellent one away at Stoke. Remember, without no Eden Hazard, they still blew away Stoke. It was 1-1 going into late into the game. And then Gary Cahill comes up with a big winner. And as I said, it's just been typical Chelsea this season. They've been excellent. They're definitely the best team in the Premier League, and they are marching on to the title. Crystal Palace, a vital win for them yesterday. That's now 3 wins on the trot for them, and surely they're going to be out of the relegation trouble if they keep going like this. An own goal in the game by Troy Deeney secured all 3 points for them. And as I said, third successive victory for Sam Allardyce and his team. What about Everton? Now, Everton are, you know, a lot of people haven't really been talking about them for the top 4, but why not? The way they're playing, an excellent victory yesterday against Hull City. I know Hull are down near the bottom, but Hull have been playing really, really well recently, but they were dispatched by Everton, who've been very, very strong at home all season. A 4-0 victory for Everton. Lukaku getting 2 goals in the game. Remember, I was talking about Lukaku being under pressure, and there was even talk that fans may boo him because, you know, he announced that, you know, he has not signed a new contract yet. Well, listen, it was the opposite. The fans got right behind him. As soon as they heard his name announced, they cheered loudly, and he rewarded them with 2 goals in the game. And Everton are now up to joint 5th in the table with Arsenal. And you never know, they could make it into the top 4. Ronald Koeman's team really motoring at the moment. Another team that's motoring at the moment is Leicester City. I mean, what a complete contrast to the Leicester City of about 4 or 5 weeks ago under Claudio Ranieri. We all criticised the sacking at the time. It was harsh, but let's face it, it has worked. Another victory for them. They were 3 up in the first half against West Ham. West Ham did manage to pull 2 back, but the old boys have come to town as well. They're shining. Mahrez scoring yesterday, Robert Huth scoring, and also Jamie Vardy. And it was a big win for Leicester. And they are definitely moving away from the relegation zone and winning away from home. Something that they weren't doing under Ranieri. Bournemouth, big win for them as well yesterday, as they've been in a bit of relegation trouble themselves. You know, not down in the, you know, the bottom 3 or nothing, but too close to that area. But they've picked up a bit of form ever since they drew that game against Manchester United. And a big win for them yesterday against Swansea. Now, Swansea, though, not a good defeat for them. Now they're, you know, starting to go back towards that relegation zone. It has been going pretty decently for Swansea and Paul Clement, but that was a damaging defeat yesterday against Bournemouth. 2-0 losers in the game. Let's just talk about the games for today before I get into the table. Now, Middlesbrough taking on Manchester United. 2 teams that really need a win. Middlesbrough need a win because they're second from bottom in the Premier League. Their manager, Aitor Karanka, has been sacked, and they'll be hoping for a similar effect to what Swansea have had, to what Leicester have had. No matter what you say, and it seems harsh when these managers get sacked, you know, it's worked for a lot of teams, and Middlesbrough have got rid of Karanka, and they really, really need a win. They just don't score enough goals. And they're up against a Manchester United that's without Zlatan, without a lot of key players in the team. No Pogba either. They really need a win as well. I mean, as I said, Everton now up into that 5th place above Manchester United temporarily. Manchester United need a win if they're going to get into that top 4, which is very important for them this season. And they're going to have to go all out for a win. So that should be a really, really interesting game. Spurs take on Southampton. Again, Spurs without Harry Kane, but they've been so strong at home. Southampton is another one of those teams that you just don't quite know which Southampton's going to turn up, but they should be fresh for this game. Should be a really interesting one, but you've got to side with Spurs for this one. And then the all-important, massive game, which comes up later on today, when Liverpool take on Manchester City at the Etihad. This is a big, big game. Liverpool, of course, are going to be fresher. They've had no football to worry about during the week. Manchester City, of course, that damaging defeat when they got knocked out of the Champions League against Monaco. And they really need to bounce back. All of these teams trying to get into that top 4. No guarantee for any team right now because you've got 6 teams really gunning for that spot. So that game, Manchester City versus Liverpool, very, very important. Very important for Pep Guardiola. I mean, he's not used to losing this amount of games, but, he really, really needs a win today as well. So, you know what? Let's just take a look at the table. Chelsea running away with it at the top. 13 points clear before today's games are played on 69 points. Tottenham Hotspur on 56. Manchester City on 56 as well. Liverpool on 55, but played a game more. Arsenal on 50 now. 5 points behind Liverpool. They do have games in hand. And Everton with them there on 50 as well. Manchester United temporarily back in 7th place. But of course, they could jump up into 5th place if they manage to win today. Let's look at the bottom of the table now. Now, the all-important bottom of the table, again, it's really tight down there. Sunderland on 20 points. Of course, I forgot to mention them. They drew 0-0 yesterday with Burnley and just not what they needed. They really needed a win out of that game. So, again, not looking good for Sunderland. 20 points, that's all they have. They're now 7 points away from safety, and for me, I can't see nothing other than Sunderland going down. They did it a couple of years ago when they went on an amazing run and got out of it, but I just can't see it with this team. Middlesbrough, the other team from the northeast, they're on 22 points before today's game. They need a win. They definitely need a win. Hull City on 24, and then just above them, you've got Swansea on 27. Palace moving upwards on 28 points. And Leicester City on 30 points. You've got to say, teams like Leicester, Watford, Burnley, Bournemouth, who've got shot right up as well, all looking safe. It looks like it's going to be a battle between those 5 at the bottom. Crystal Palace, Swansea, Hull City, Middlesbrough and Sunderland. So there you have it. That's a roundup of yesterday's games. Some big games to be played today. We'll be talking about them tomorrow. We'll be back talking about all those games from today and also giving you our Player of the Week and Waste Man of the Week. And there's quite a few candidates for that already. I think you know who one of them is. So make sure you check that out tomorrow here on Man Like Robbie.
Man Like Robbie.